They say it's all in my head, I still feel the pain. Every time it's cold and every time it rain, feel like ice water running through my veins. Since the day I got hit, I ain't been the same. See my dog die, they blew out his brains all on the window, feel like window pane. Had to suck it up and told it to the game. Glizzy on my hip, I'm standing on my name. I'm a soul.
Man, what up, people? I ain't gonna lie. So, anyway, like I was saying, man, I was sitting there thinking long and hard about what story I was gonna tell. And I had so many, and as I kept thinking, I was like, I can't tell this story. I can't tell that story. But I thought about this story here. It's a story right before, this shit happened right before my brother had got shot up, and before I had went to South Carolina and shit. You hear me? It's me, Mikey, and Cash. You hear me? And we was doing our thing back there in these apartments in Terrytown. It was called what's the name of them apartments? It used to be behind Danny and Clyde's, but it's the brothers. Well, now it ain't brothers no more neither, but they got a brothers across the street. But it was called, I think, Carrollwood. I think that I can't remember, but it's the apartment right there by Tri-9 and shit, you hear me? But the good apartments or whatever. But we used to do our thing back there. We used to do our thing pumping a little weed. And while they were pumping weed mostly, I had weed too, but I was really fucking with the other shit, with the coke and shit, you hear me? And so they had this white boy used to fuck with us. And so one day the white boy come and he tell us that this nigga back there, he back there hustling too or whatever with the coke. So nigga like, we gotta shut that shit down. Like, we was on some shit like we was the only ones gonna be back there, you hear me? And like we used to fuck with the nigga Dope Boy. That's what he called it. He called himself something different. I ain't really gonna bring that up because, I don't want to taint the man's name or whatever. But he used to call himself Dope Boy back then. And he had weed too. You hear me? Actually, I got another story about him. Well, his brother. But anyway, he used to have the weed back there too. And we kind of got along with that. Cause like I said, the weed wasn't really my lane. I was really focused on the coke. You hear me? That was their lane with the weed. But we had came to agreement or whatever, because all of us is one. So, if they had a problem with them, then it was going to be a problem. But we all came together with an agreement. So, the white boy tell us about this dude with this coke or whatever. Told us where the nigga live. Kind of gave us the layout that he got a chick that stay there and shit. And she'll be the one in the house. But he sell out the house and all this shit like that. That's a big rule. You don't sell out. You know what I'm saying? You don't shit where you lay at. But he was doing it anyway. So we had got the plan that we was gonna rob the nigga, shut him down, you hear me, take all this shit or whatever like that. So boom, come the day. We had one real gun and we had a BB gun. It was like a assault rifle looking BB gun, but the bitch looked real. I'm talking about that bitch looked real like a motherfucker. And we had a real handgun. I think we had a 9. Yeah, I think we had a 9. So, boom, put our little rags around our face or whatever like that. Go to the house, and so we standing in front of the door. And I remember we all we looking at each other like, who gonna kick the door? Like, you hear me? Like, who gonna kick the door? So I tell them boys, I'm like, shit, I'm gonna do it. I've been kicking doors and shit, you hear me? Cause I had a little experience at kicking in doors. So I'm like, I'm gonna kick the door. So I go at the first blow. Blue! I hit that bitch, man. That bitch ain't go nowhere. That bitch ain't go nowhere. So nigga like, oh, we ain't kind of nervous, but we kind of nervous because we like if somebody in there, they on game that something about to happen or whatever, you hear me? So that's when they like, man, I thought you said you know how to kick the door. I'm like, man, fuck, I do, but fuck. Yeah, I don't know. Gotta give it another try. Like, man, fuck that. We all gonna kick that bitch. So all three of us really kicked that bitch at the same time. And by us doing that, when we all kicked it, the whole door fell. I'm talking about the whole, it ain't kick open, the whole door fell down. We all like kicked that bitch off all three hinges. You hear me? That bitch fall down, bloom. And when that bitch fall down, the nigga old lady was in there folding clothes right there in the living room. It was crazy because it's like, how she ain't, like, did she hit that first kick? You hear me? Like, she should have been up on it, alert, you hear me? But I don't know. I don't know what she thought. But when that dude came flying down, she was sitting there folding the clothes and she like, oh God. Like, you hear me? Like, I see we masked up, got the little guns out or whatever. So, she nervous as fuck. She threw the clothes down that she was folding, and she was folding them and throwing them in the basket. So like, she had some whatever she was folding, she hold it and she hold it up. She like, oh my God, please, what's going on or whatever. And so we like, yeah man, y'all, you know what's up, yeah. So we like, what do that or whatever. And she like, oh my God, he's not here. I swear he's not here or whatever. So we like, you know, we come for. And she like, I don't know what you're talking about. So we like, man, look, don't play with us. Yeah, what I'm saying is, I'm like, man, don't play with us, dog. We wouldn't be in here for nothing. We know what's in here and we want it. Tell us where it's at and we can get out of here real quick, you hear me? And so she still act like she don't know what we talking about. So I'm like, fuck it, flip this bitch. I told Mike to stay on this hoe, you hear me? Keep the gun on her, make sure she don't move, you hear me? Cause he had the real gun. So nigga like, make sure she don't move or whatever. So me and Cash went to flipping that bitch. We going in everything. Ice box, cereal boxes, kitchen drawers. I'm in the room flipping the drawers over. And this nigga Mike, he told me, I don't remember me being on top of the dresser, but he said I was standing all on top of the dresser and shit. I don't remember that shit. And he told me I pulled my mask down or whatever. But I do remember pulling my mask down because it was hot. I couldn't breathe, like, you heard me? So I put my mask down or whatever. And so I'm going through all the drawers, and when I'm going through the drawers, I find it. You hear me? You know them, the little pill things that have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, them little pill containers? She had a couple of those containers, and they had all kind of slabs in them bitches, you hear me? She had a couple of them with slabs, filled up with slabs, and she had some with pills in it, you hear me? So fuck. Nigga take all that shit, you hear me? And so this nigga Mike, a freaky hot ass, he tell her lady, he like, what you got in your your titties or whatever. And she pull some money out of her titties. This nigga here, he do like, you know how you do this? He do that, like he pull her shirt down or whatever. And he like, ooh, you got some pretty titties or whatever. It was so crazy. And so the lady busts out some, oh my God, can I get some juice? I'm so nervous, I never been through this or whatever like that. And so this nigga Mike could really pull some juice and shit. I'm like, man, this man tripping, you hear me? But we had gloves on and shit. But I'm like, this nigga tripping though, just pulling us some juice. Like, nigga, let's get the fuck out of here and let her get her own juice. But he pulled the juice or whatever like that. We get the shit. And so I think I told her like, how I said that shit. I was telling her, like, basically what I was telling her was like, yo, man got you in this, and he better, you know, shut this shit down, you hear me? Like, we the only one hustle around here. He better shut that shit down or whatever like that. And she like, I have nothing to do with it, or whatever. I didn't even know. Like, yeah, you know, you hear me? Like, nigga already put us on you. We know everything that's going on in this house. So y'all shut that shit down. Tell your man, shut it down or we'll be back, you hear me? And you know what I'm saying? That was that. We got away with all that shit there. And like after that shit, probably like a day or two. Yeah, it was 1 or 2 days after that, you hear me? I'm riding with my brother, and my mama called, cause I ain't had seen my mom in like about 6 months. I ain't been by the house, nothing, you hear me? So she wanted to see me, so she called me out the blue, and she like, could I sleep over there or whatever? And At first it was like I was about to say, man, you know, I'll come the next day or some shit like that, but it was something that just said go ahead. So I told my brother to drop me off by my mama house, and I had went over there by my mama, and that night he had got shot up. You hear me? And when he got shot up, well, you know what? I'm gonna finish that story, cause that's a whole nother story about when he got shot up. You hear me? And how I had to go to South Carolina. So I'm gonna tell y'all about that, you hear me? When my brother got shot up and shit, and finish this, you hear me? Cause like I said, that's another story in itself. But that was when we kicked in the door on the bitch. Culture.